Hello, one and all, and welcome. My name is Fear. This is Battle Vortex. Today, we're going to be talking about some Crowfall again. Our main topic today is going to be we're going to talk a little bit about, maybe taking the training wheels off of Dregs to make it actually appealing to many of the harder core community. And some other ideas that we have for today. Plus, any grievances, things like that. The normal stuff. Let's talk about it. All right. Welcome, everyone. Let's get together. We got a guest today, and our very special guest today is Xtreme and co-host of the show, I guess, at this point. You there, Xtreme? I'm sorry, Xtreme. You're here. I guess you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I forgot to unmute the other. I'm probably one of the only streamers that actually has like a headset and a microphone. So I'm trying to be a trendsetter.
Oh, okay.
Well, when you're streaming, though, do you use both?
Yes. I use my
Okay.
headset for one thing, my microphone for the other.
Okay. All right. Well, then I'm not alone in my craziness, right?
Yeah. Not at
So,
all.
yeah. I'm just chilling over at the Moon Temple. Got the guinea dancing for you.
You should look at the Conquest Leaderboard. You should. I just finished.
Do I really want to?
Yes.
I don't know if if I want to know. Let's see. Leaderboard. Oh my god. And it looks like Earth's struggling a little bit there.
And then Sun's got the pity fort and
The
keep.
pity fort and the pity keep.
Yeah.
It's good to have friends in other factions sometimes.
Yeah, at this rate, Sun might actually overtake Earth with that +8 to their +0.
Well, let me grab my notes. I had them. There they are. All right, so we got some things we wanted to talk about today. I know you have something on your mind, and we're going to talk. Our final topic, obviously, is going to be the Dregs situation. We're going to flesh that out a little bit. How obviously you have a slightly different idea than I have, but I mean, it's basically comes down to the same thing, which is we need content, we need a clear newbie area, we need a clear end game area, and the conquests are nice too because they are fun. It's a good gameplay loop for people.
Yeah.
Although it might kill them. All right, so my first topic of today is a clearer path to progression. Okay, so one of the most common complaints I hear is people have no idea what to do. Even I found it difficult to figure out how, not only how to progress, but the steps you needed to do so, and how crazy they are. They're complicated, super complicated, especially with character progression as a combatant. Holy spuckets. And then, and my hope is that Monumental does something to make this progression with character building and where to go in the game after you get your feet wet. So the character progression, obviously, most MMOs do a pretty simple time-based leveling system. Crowfall doesn't have that, right?
No.
And it's basically RNG based. So,
What do you mean by RNG based?
Well, it's RNG based because, for one, you got to go out and you got to find the majors and minors. Those are all RNG, unless you happen to find them on a vendor, which outside of my vendor, it's usually pretty hard to find the one you want. So you got that. Then you got this vessel thing where you have to buy a vessel at the end of each level, which literally no other game that I know of has anything like that, where you have to, go out. I mean, now you can buy them in town, right? But before
Yeah.
you had to know a crafter. You had to know a guy or a girl, right? So
Yeah. Yeah. Know
so
someone.
yeah, and for combatants, like I said, for combatants on a major, to build that major, you have to use 3 different crafting tables, and you have to get all these mined or gathered resources to even build it. And for a combatant, as a combatant, I can tell you that's very stressful. I can guarantee you that I know another combatant, Highlander, who will never build a major because it involves crafting, and he's vehemently opposed to that. And a lot of combatants are. Back in the day, we weren't. There was no. There was really no middle ground. You had people. We would like build stuff only if we had to, and it had to be like super easy. We didn't build it for ourselves. We just built. Like I just used to in Ultima Online. I just used to make pants because you could set it up in a macro, which was illegal to do at the time, but we did it anyway. Or you could mine for resource. If you put your house close enough to a rock, you could mine those rocks, and then you just mine them overnight, and then the next day you'd have all your mining stuff. Like combatants don't really dig that stuff. True combatants. I mean, obviously there's nowadays everybody's a hybrid because every single game allows you to make everything fairly easily. And you can just go get, or you have to either make it or you have to grind it out, right? So
Hello,
you
Aslan.
find it.
You got Aslan in your chat.
Oh, hello, Az. Sorry about your stuff, man. I'll just put an item on your vendor for however much you think it's worth, and I'll come buy it. How about that? I did not know that was your corpse, by the way. I came a little late to that party. So they go, "Did you loot him?" I was like, "Maybe." I don't know. What did he have?
I don't know. Probably.
Then I saw Arak meat, and I was like, "Yeah, that's probably him." That's it, because I certainly didn't scan anything. I certainly would never scan anything. So, yeah, I might accidentally looted that corpse.
I fear that non-persistent crash just happened again.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
The non-persistent one?
Yeah.
I haven't seen it in several days. I was like getting excited.
I just got kicked from the whole game.
Wow.
In the middle of a satyr camp.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
The satyrs will keep you warm.
Yeah.
So anyway, back to my topic. It's okay, man. Well, if you change your mind, just let me know and I'll come buy something off your vendor or something. Anyway, so I into my defense though, I thought it was one of my guys' corpse because they had both gotten killed before I got there. Good. Oh, good. Haunter. I like it. Haunter V.
I like Haunter. He was an awesome Pokemon.
I like Haunter. Yeah, Haunter V, the guy that's married to Zossum Sauce is one I was talking about. So anyway, I'm hoping that they give us some sort of a clearer progression of that, and I would love it if they would just make those because nobody creates, like, there's never a vendor. Well, okay, I can't say never, but like very, very rarely do you see a built major on a vendor, right? On a player vendor. So, for a combatant, that can be a huge stress. You know what I mean? It's just a roadblock, a bottleneck, right? And then the miners are like, they're lovely. You just pop a miner, you pop your 3 miners in, you throw some soul essence at it, and poof, there you go, miner. Still RNG, but go ahead.
No, I was like, you're right, done.
Yeah, fix it. Come on, Monty, get with the program. All right, did you have anything you wanted to add to that? You're good?
No, as soon as I was just waiting for you to explain because I wasn't quite sure we were going the whole RNG leveling thing, especially when you started with the majors and minors, and like, okay, I see where you're going with this now.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just it's kind of weird. Plus the progression to what to do after, you go in. If you're silly enough to do that ridiculously long tutorial, which I know they shortened it, but
I mean, if you're learning a new character, that is the best way to do it. If you don't read any of the context and you just blitz through it, hour 15 max, you got a level 30 character.
yeah, but you don't know nothing. That's the problem. I mean, I think it's terrible because you don't even. There's no way anybody's retaining all that stuff. Like I said, I did it 10 times. I still, when I went to we started doing shadows, I didn't have a clue what we were doing.
Oh, because it doesn't explain anything at all.
Yeah, right.
Well, the only thing I would say is when it comes to leveling your character, the only RNG part I'd honestly say is the vessel, because it is kind of RNG what stats you get on the vessel unless you make it yourself. Aside from that, the majors and minors, while that is RNG, I consider that more to building a specific character less than to just like straight leveling them.
Yeah, but you just can't make a vessel, dude. Making a vessel, it requires a huge amount of effort.
I know.
So it's like
I'm not even arguing that part.
Yeah, I'm just saying. So making a vessel for 99.9% of the player base is probably out the window.
Yeah, that's what makes it RNG. Because unless you're making it yourself, the stats on it are going to be RNG. I'd say that's the RNG for leveling.
Yeah, if you were sitting there just making vessels over and over trying to get the perfect one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that ain't happening.
So as far as leveling it, because I consider building and leveling a character, while it's very similar, also slightly separate.
Well, you can level, but then you get stuck, right? So you get to 30, you're stuck. You got to go find a vessel. And they're not really clear on where to even do that. You know what I mean? It's not, there's no clear.
Aside from
other than the quest thing, there's the one quest thing.
And even then, it's treated as a side quest, and it doesn't really kind of stand out.
No, it just like nobody gets that. Like, what does that even mean? A vessel? They don't understand that they're just a spirit that's embodying other things.
And as far as explaining that, all the tutorial does is says the question marks are your main quest, and it doesn't say anything about the side quest symbols, which is the exclamation mark. And even then, those aren't always the side quests. So it's never really explained that that's what you need to do.
Well, and I'd like them to actually have, more quests. I mean, let's look at our favorite one to pick on, Black Desert. I mean, I've never even done all the quests in Black Desert. They got so many. But they are fun. But when you're bored, you just go pick up the side quest or go pick up the main quest line or the side quests or whatever and just, enjoy your afternoon.
And at least they make, and that's actually worth it because it's engaging.
Yeah.
You actually get stuff that helps you progress your character, whether it be gear, items, or whatever, or if you're interested, tons of lore.
Yeah. Oh, they got gobs of lore. Oh,
yeah. So.
Yeah, it's ridiculous how much lore is in there.
And I actually have a entirely separate window that lists all the quests, so you can sit there and pick and choose which ones you want to do. You want a quest that levels your fishing? They got a few quests for that. Dailies and main, whatever. You want to go work on your hunting? Sure. Leveling up? Sure. You want a free pet? Here, we got quests for that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I like questing. I know a lot of my friends don't, but I think questing's one of the most fun things in the game. I mean,
I'll be honest, I don't much care for questing, but when done properly, I don't hate it either.
Right. Yeah. They used to, in UO, they had all kinds of different ones, they weren't great, but they were fun. Like you could do, I used to love doing the escort quests where, you'd have to walk with somebody to take them somewhere. And then, you might get attacked or something and then you'd have to make sure they don't die, stuff like that. It was just fun. There's all kinds of them, but that was one of them.
Yeah. An occasional cutscene couldn't hurt either.
And repeatable, that would have been nice. Even just at the beginning, maybe some along some of the way to getting to level 30. If you got to see a scene every once in a while that kind of brought things together, that would have been cool.
Yeah.
Questing, that kind of thing, and obviously, we're going to talk about this a little more, but the difference between Skypoint and Dregs is a little different. You may want to have a little bit more high end quests in some of these other areas, but in the campaigns, you've got goals, but in the world you have quests. So
One thing I would say though, to if Monumental's listening right now, before you add any more quests or create a whole new quest line, fix the new player tutorial campaign.
yeah,
It
because
does
it's
not
even
explain anything.
inaccurate right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it doesn't explain anything very well. It explains a lot of things, but none of it really well. Also, if when you're able to sit there and get to level 30 without even completing it, and then level 30 is also your minimum level requirement to go into the big boy areas or big girl areas, bad idea. Because if you got new players who haven't even finished a quest line, they can suddenly go to Dregs. They're gonna go in there, get their shit stomped in, lose the full inventory, go what the shit and quit. Unless
And
they're a
they do.
masochist.
I'm absolutely positive that happens all the time.
Yeah, so
I've seen on the shadow leaderboards, every time you see at the bottom of the list, you'll see a whole bunch of people that came in. They have one death, and then they were gone, and there's no more, and you've never seen them, right?
so
So yeah, I'm
I,
sure that happens. It just has to be that.
so I don't either limit the amount of XP you're getting in the beginner tutorial so you don't reach level 30 before even finishing it, which I say this, which is nerfing the fastest way to level right now, which is kind of bittersweet, or make it where you can get to 31 in Sky Point without having to find some hidden war tribe area that's not on the map, that's not labeled on the map.
Oh, I hate that. I hated that. That used to piss me off so bad that they wouldn't tell you where the war tribes were, and I didn't even know what a war tribe was. I was like, "What the hell's a war tribe?"
Well, they got some of them labeled there, but they're all like level 29 and 30 and stuff. So at level 30, you're either getting no XP or very little.
Well, now they do, but I mean that it wasn't clear before, and I just don't think even now people don't know what a freaking war tribe is. It's just like, what is that?
The
You
enemies
know.
of the world, the mobs, the stuff you go
Well,
kill.
I know what they are, but
I
I'm
know,
just
I'm
saying.
just excited in general.
Yeah, yeah, I'm just saying for a new player, when I was new, well, I wasn't really new, but I was new to the tutorial. I was completely confused about that. And then I was also mad because it didn't show me where they were or general direction, or they just said, go out to the wildlands. I'm like, what the frick is a wildland? Where is that? You
Yeah.
don't know to look at the map and find the word wildland on there. And, it's like, you don't know all these. They're very, they're just a little bit too obtuse on some of the explanations and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, definitely. While Dregs and Shadows need some love, Sky Point needs it more right now because that's where everybody starts at, and we don't have a population, and we need one.
Yeah, we need we need more population. Not that I'm not enjoying the hell out of, living rent free in Earth's head right now, but did I say that out loud? Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Um okay, my next topic, I don't remember why I wrote this, so I'm going to have to read it. New players worry about losing gold. They're okay. So I
Oh,
remember why I wrote this.
yeah.
I'll tell you why. There was a forum post the other day. This guy was like all upset, up in arms because there's 100% gold drop in Skypoint.
Which is dumb.
Yes, but there's also, and what I told him was, and I'll tell you guys, there's other ways to make money besides gold. Every item in the game has a value, and that item can be traded in for cash in the safe zone. So don't farm for gold. As a matter of fact, I think the Crossroads is kind of more of a fun place for the veterans than it is for the noobs. I mean, it's okay if they want to go out and get into trouble, but the problem is when they go out to get into trouble, oftentimes they run into trees, RP, or Farnham, and that's not the kind of trouble they were looking for, right? They find Mr. Most Mad or somebody that just isn't going to be their cup of tea, right? So,
Well, sorry, go ahead, finish. I'm gonna let you finish first.
okay. So basically, yeah, just you can farm Tainted Hills. You get soul shards. Those can be used for either experience or gold. You can also farm up at the place where the rock golems are. What the hell's that called? The
Sunken Temple.
Sunken Temple. That's right. You can get gold there, or I mean not gold there, but you can
No.
get dust, and dust is worth money. There's a ton of war tribes, which you won't know what I'm talking about if you're new, but little tribes of bad people that want to kill you. They all also drop gold. Also, as a new player, this is a trick. The hot zones weren't really made for us. They were made for the hunter seekers. They were made for the PKs, or what did you call them? The assholes. They were made for those people. Yes, they were made for the hunter seekers that go out and try to kill people because everybody's greedy. So they find out when there's a hot zone, and then the hunter seekers run up there and kill everybody, and that's fun. Yay! I killed all the newbies. I rule. And it's really not that fun for new people.
Yeah, but again, this boils down to who's going to explain this to the new players, because none of this is explained. The very first place they run into where they can farm anything at all is Dead Man's Mire.
Well, that's because they saw that they sell it as, hey, you can get gold here, and you can, but they forget to tell you that other little part about and if you see a guy named Trees RP or Farnham, could you just run, because they're gonna smash your face in. Okay.
First of all, if you see them,
I'm just kidding, but
then you're lucky that you're still alive.
Well, I'm not really kidding, but what I'm saying is, I don't mean to pick on those two, but I did get my ass kicked by Trees RP, and all I heard was "Rah!" and I was dead. That was it, and I was like, "What just happened here?" Yeah. It took me a while. And then once you're dead, and I don't even think they explain death in the game. People don't understand the whole binding to the spawn points and the, looking for this big fat red stripe in the sky, and that's where you respawn and all that crap. And
yeah, but that one is on the new players, because that is explained in the tutorial rather well, actually.
Yeah,
comparatively speaking to everything else, that one's actually explained fairly decently.
Well, I still that one's a tough one. Death is a tough one, because I think even if it is explained, and I don't even remember seeing it, to be honest with you, and I did the damn thing 10 times, but it just, death is a weird one, because the binding, see in Ultima Online, which obviously was my favorite game in the world, you could bind to an inn. So when you wanted to log out for the day, you could bind to an inn, and then while you were sleeping, you would gain rested EXP. Now, they decided not to go that route in this game, but you would get a little bit of EXP while you were resting. And you would only get so much. So you'd only get, you couldn't level your character to 30 sleeping, but
that'd be a neat trick.
Yeah. I'm sure some games allow it, but this Ultima didn't. You could only go for so much EXP a day, or a log out. You would have to log back in again to reset that at some point, 24 hours or whatever it is. So, yeah, I think as far as noobs go, I would stay out of the hot zones as much as possible. There's no hurry, okay, because everybody gets worried that they're in a hurry and they want to get to that end game. Even when you hit 30, you're nowhere near the end game. Trust me on that. So we're not even near. We never. Well, the part where you get to go where they think they're going to get to go have fun, you're not going to get it at 30, unless it's your fourth character. Then maybe, but like my Ganeshan, this one I'm dancing with right here, this is like my 14th character. So he is in the shadow. He jumped right into the shadow at 30, and he's just fine. He's almost already 32. But my first one, no, wasn't that fun? Wasn't that great? But yeah. So anyway, I just wanted to if that particular newbie, I did answer his question on the Discord, but in case he watches the show today, that's what you do. Stay out of the hot zones. Go hit the little war tribes out in unmarked areas. There are unmarked areas, and that's on purpose. They didn't mark every single area, because a smart hunter seeker will go to the marked areas as well. If they don't find people in the hot zones, they'll go to the marked areas. Now, they may not be as diligent to go to the unmarked areas. So that's the places you want to go. And that means you have to go look for them. And that's why the hunter seekers won't come looking for you, because they have to go look for them. And they're lazy. I'm just saying as a retiree PK, I know that this is what happens. Okay. So did you have anything else you wanted to add to that?
No, I mean, I agree with what you said, but again, it just boils down to this needs to be explained better to the new players, which we've touched on.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's touch something else then. Now, I saw a design doc come out before we found out that Ace was going to cave the game and throw it in the bin of a daily quest thing that Tiggs had put out. But then it kind of vanished into the ether. I'm kind of wondering, I don't know if anybody in the chat knows, if that's still a thing. If the daily quest, I think the daily quest is a great idea. It also falls in line with some of these other topics we just covered. Rewind if you didn't hear them. Also, Azerland mentioned something. If you want to catch that.
Yeah, I was gonna say Azerland did mention an idea. Actually, going back to a previous topic before we get too far off it, a true general chat that crosses all worlds, so that way newer players can ask vets, questions and whatnot, and hopefully the vets won't be dicks about it. Not saying you guys will. Just speaking from personal
Azerland
experience.
would be nice, but
yeah, I know Azerland's nice, but most Mad's nice. I'm just saying, speaking from experience from other games. Yeah,
Tangamu, I don't know. He might not.
You ask a question in chat, and you get some weird ass answers sometimes.
Crowfall is saved. Check out the Shadow leaderboard. Earth has saved the world. No, sorry, Moon has saved the world from Earth. Okay, so yeah, that's true. So yeah, I'm hoping that the daily quests come back. I hope that a lot of things come back. I'd like to see them change a lot of things, and we're going to get into a little bit more of that here in just a bit.
Oh,
the other thing that's been bothering me lately.
I almost jumped into a group boss there.
You be careful there, mister.
Oh,
the other thing is the rules of the Shadow are not clear for many reasons, but one of the biggest reasons is that Shadow is a subset of Dregs rule set, of course, with factions rather than guilds, right? But the thing is that they leave stuff in the Shadow that shouldn't be there. Like, remember when you couldn't put banks in the keeps? You could still buy a bank, but you couldn't place it anywhere. So we're spending 5,000 gold on a thing that we can't even use. Stuff like that needs to come out of there. The city planner needs work in the Shadow. I mean, it shouldn't be selling stuff that you can't. Arcane Armory can't even place that in the Shadow, but you can buy one. 5,000 gold, and I'll tell you what, in the Shadow, 5,000 gold's a lot of money, okay? Because you need that. Those keeps don't build themselves. You got to have a ton of gold or a ton of resources to do that. And when you're running around in groups of 4 to 6, it takes a hot minute to do that stuff.
I say, while competing with other groups of 4 to 6 in a different faction.
Yeah, in different factions, right? Especially the first week, it's like holy spuckets, And, as much as we'd like to say people fight there, crafters don't really like to fight each other. They just hide. So until they can't hide anymore. So they run different directions. They go this way or that way. And if they see somebody, they're pretty quick to, shoot off behind a tree or something, get out of line of sight. So there's a lot of tricks, right? So we want to see a little bit more clearer understanding, like what I like the fact that there's less available in the Shadow. That's less to worry about. Like either just put it in there or just don't have us buying the equipment when we can't use it is my basic complaint. Did you have anything to add to that?
Trying to follow what you just said.
Well, I want them to not sell us stuff we can't place.
No, I got that. But you said something about a spine?
Spying?
Spying. Okay.
Yeah, sorry. No, they need to. No, they need to just. No, I was saying hiding. Like when I was talking about crafters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, crafters hide from each other. They don't fight.
Unless you're Dino.
Well, okay, there's exceptions to the rule, except for the ones that Monumental turned into mass murderers, like our one crafter, Dino.
It was the most pacifist person I've
I know
ever
he
met.
was so mad that there was PvP allowed by the where he was mining, and then now,
Now, what's he up to?
now he's got characters hidden all over the place. He'll just log into a different one and come kill you. I mean, he's gone. Like he's mentally
this
just
dude's up to 14 kills. He is leading all three factions in kills right now.
Yeah, he ain't no joke now. He's on point.
So,
Yeah.
I know. Yeah.
So what did Azerlin mess up? Did he buy an arcane thing too?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we tried to get the Arcane Armory because we didn't want Azerlin bringing them filthy earthworms in there. And, you can't place it. So we've got one, though. You're lucky we can't place it because we were going to put them everywhere. You were going to have mages chasing your butts up and down our keeps all day. That's what we were going to have. But, yeah, we can't get those. So we just have to rely on the archers. The level 10 keeps and the archers. That's all we can do.
Which honestly, I think it's probably a good thing considering Shadows is still supposed to be a stepping stone into Dregs. And right now, the guards are a pain in the ass to deal with as is. We don't need any confessors running around in there.
No, true. It really, they don't need to be there. That would be a little bit, well, it's OP-er than it already is. But actually, I don't mind, though. I do. There is actually a sense of danger now when you're going in to get a keep or a fort. And I actually like that. Yeah, I actually like that. But definitely we don't need any more.
Yeah, we don't need any more confessors.
We've got plenty. Like yeah.
They already got rangers, clerics, and knights. You don't need anything else in there.
Yeah, it's a butt fest when you come in there already. You don't need any more butts.
Yeah, so we don't need an Arcane Armory in Shadows, but it needs to.
We need to get the option to buy it removed. Yes,
yeah.
And the banks can be bought now and used, so which is a bonus. Thing. Yes, in the small keeps, they were allowed in the big keeps. And that's the other thing. If it's not allowed in a small keep, and it is allowed in a big keep, they should probably either relabel that to big keep thing or just in the small keeps have the vendors not have that, although I understand that could be a programming issue, to where they have to all be they all run through the same loop. But there is a way to do it. Mm-hmm. Just got to get done. Pitter patter. Okay. All right. So, here's one you'll love.
Okay.
So, how at the top of every hour, the game kind of switches modes and it goes from whatever, normal mode to war mode or whatever, you know what I mean?
No, I do not.
Well, every hour there are fort sieges and hot zones that go active.
Gotcha. Okay, so
right?
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Yes. When that happens on my supercomputer, and I'm sure many others, the game will literally glitch. It will stop and pause for a second and then switch modes. You can literally tell when it's switching from one mode to the other. That needs to be a little bit more, on a slower connection, maybe it doesn't matter, but yeah, I can actually literally see when it's switching modes. And sometimes it's longer than others. Last season, or on 7.5, it was much longer. It was literally annoying me. Oh my God. Because it was your screen will switch, or maybe your character will just flip around in a different direction, or you'll notice you'll stop moving for just a split second, and then you'll start moving again. Try it at the top of the hour. It should be happening right now. So, but anyway, that I don't know if that's a server thing. It's because it has to probably transfer a certain amount of data to your computer all at once, because it's got to tell your client that it's time for war or whatever.
That might be the frame drops I experienced then.
Yeah, that's probably what that is. And for me, it's a I can literally see it. It just, you know what I mean? It's you get brain freeze, and then you're okay, and then it's fine. But it's just annoying. So
Yeah, this game just needs a huge optimization pass, to be honest. In my opinion. Mr. To answer your question, no, so stuff like the Arcane Armory, you're just straight up not allowed to build
no,
in
there's no
the small
plot
large
for an
groups.
arcane armory in the
Yeah,
show.
all the plots of lands are predetermined by
They're
what can be
preset.
developed. Yeah,
Yeah.
preset. Thank you.
Yes. Yeah, all the plots are preset. Whatever's in there, that's what you can build. But you shouldn't be able to buy the Arcane Armory is not on any plots. So then therefore it shouldn't be sold.
I thought it was originally a way to upgrade the normal armory, is what I thought it was. But
Yeah, that's what I
maybe
was thinking too. Was like you could just, pop it in there like an additive. Here you go. Can we have some? Can we have some more stuff to shoot at Azerland, please? Thank you.
Yep.
Yeah, no. So anyway, yeah, we just don't think that should be there. At least I don't, and I think my colleague and co-host now. I guess I might as well call you the co-host of the show. You've been on 4 of them now or something.
Yay!
The co-host.
I got a promotion.
You get a promotion. That's right. I'm going to double your pay.
Wait, I get paid?
Yes.
Sweet.
You're going to get double that amount. Whatever you've gotten so far, that's what you're going to get double that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. I knew you'd love it. It sounds amazing, right?
Yeah. Cow Hacks, welcome.
Hey, Toe Backs.
I think the B is silent. I'm just calling him Toe Hacks.
Okay. Toe Hacks?
Yeah. Yeah, that's not
Toby Hacks. Oh.
Oh,
you youngsters. Always trying to trick us old guys. All right.
Damn it.
Should we move on to the next? God, I hate that. Come on. They need to let me go into streamer mode so it doesn't keep doing that.
Hey, Rufio's in there too.
Rufio. Hey, speaking of Rufio, segue. What happened to the CF Pantheon, Bubba? That was one of my favorite websites, and it's not on Twitter no more. Where'd it go? And while he's answering that question, I'll move on to the next topic. The next topic is trash items. We would love a way to either filter or mass delete them from our inventory. So when we go to that disgusting place called Tainted Hills in Sky Point, where they give you no less than 60 or 50 of those miners that are worthless, can't be sold, can't be sacrificed, that you don't have to delete each one individually. Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, make them worth something for the newer players.
Well, okay, but otherwise, wouldn't trash items being getting thrown away nice?
Yeah.
Like in one sweep? Or just filter them out so you don't even see them?
Or, yeah, what was it? Oh, I know. And again, guess which game I'm going to reference?
What? Which one?
Guess.
Black Desert Online.
Oh, you got it.
Yeah, I'm good.
Black Desert Online. They got an option where you can literally just sit there and do a sell all to all common items.
Oh.
Yeah, it's literally a sell all junk loot button.
Yeah, a lot of games have that. That's not even just in Black Desert. That's in a ton of games.
Well, that's the one I.
Some games even just you just check it and leave it, and then it just does it automatically.
Well, I prefer that one over the delete.
Even Cyberpunk 2077, it's not even an MMO, has that.
Yes, I mean I prefer that one over the delete mostly because even if it's a common or poor quality, I'll still sell it because gold is gold at this point to me.
Yeah.
If I can sell it. If it can't be sold, then it needs to be given some form of a value.
Yeah, they give a value to those junk things they throw in your pack that are poor quality, but they don't give you any value to something you have to go out and work for. That's annoying.
Yeah, so even the poor quality Hellcat coins have some value.
Yeah, they have a value. Sure.
Granted, it's only an XP value. You can't sell them, and then once you get level 30, they're useless, but the point is they have a value at least for a certain amount of time. You can use them.
Yeah, well, they should. I think they should let you sack them, if nothing else. Yeah. Sack them on your noob character. Who cares? Let them sack them.
Yeah, let them be equal to a poor quality. Or even common. So we help you get to 31 before you leave Skypoint to get your shit stomped in.
I feel like this what they did was kind of a band-aid instead of just fixing whatever the problem is that they don't want to have.
Well,
So
I don't know what the problem was to begin with.
we don't know because we don't know who they were trying to punish, but they're certainly punishing all the new people that are like, how come I can't throw this stuff away?
Yeah, I was like,
Takes so long.
You didn't punish the
You're
older
not
players.
punishing the veterans. They're just gonna, they'll just deal with it because they just want the 60,000 in gold. But
Yeah, I'll say the Skypoint hot zone, which is basically always uncontested now, I can get 45, 50,000 gold in an hour there during a hot zone.
easy. Yeah. So so you put up with a little bit of disappointment, because you have to go delete all that stuff, and I think we discussed last week where you can't even press the enter button when you're deleting stuff like that.
You can.
You can now.
You've always been able to. I don't know what Highlander's issue was, but you've been able to do that.
Oh, I have not been able to do it. So
I went and tested it right afterwards, and I was able to do it.
Oh, okay. Well, either way, doesn't matter. Even with that, it still sucks.
Also, if you're hitting it too fast, you might be bringing up
Hitting
the chat
it
instead.
That's what I do, man. I hit it real fast.
I'm sure you do.
Yeah. So, so basically, what we're getting at here is we also want to. We need a way to sell or remove no drop, no trade items that were purchased, like walls and EKs, or to be repurposed or sellable or put in a personal chest, etc. Because
soulbound items need to be. You got to be able to put those in a personal chest.
And it's some way to get rid of them if you really don't want them. Okay, someone like me, I've got over 300 I got over 300 of those stances that go on the outside of the walls that I would probably never use, and I would prefer just to sell them or get rid of them. But I can't even throw them out if I want to. So they're just permanently stuck in my inventory. It's not bueno. No bueno. I know you can use bank characters, but that's not the way.
That's a horrible idea in my opinion. You only get 6 character slots, and I've ranted about this before, so I'm not going to say it again, but
I have 12, but I still don't like to use them as banks.
Hi, Highlander.
Hello. All right, there he is. And while we're on the topic of things, I think Highlander had one thing he wanted to add today. What is it?
The only thing I want to add is I want to know why I can't store soulbound items in my personal EK chest. A chest that no one else can get into but me. I would like to be able to store my soulbound item.
That is the exact topic we were just talking about.
Yeah, I even mentioned that. I agree with you 100%.
Yeah.
If
it is absolutely, to me, I didn't mean to cut you off, Extreme. I apologize.
No, I was just reading. If it's account/soulbound, it should be able to go into a personal chest.
I'm not talking about a noble chest. I'm not talking about a community chest. I'm not talking about any kind of chest, but my own personal chest, and I can't store my soulbound items. To me, my personal chest is soulbound because it's personal.
So what about double D chests?
What?
Double D chest, that's a whole nother ball game.
Okay. That's funny. All right. Boob sliders. Don't forget those. We need those.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody's got boob sliders now.
Jeez. Have you seen Conan's?
Somebody, I think it was Critty CF or Critty GF on Discord one day. I just was messing around and I said something about boob sliders, and she goes, "They're big enough already." And I'm like, "Bigger, please." And she goes, "Are you new here?" It's like, nope. Been around probably longer than you. I was here before they even got started. All right, so thoughts on Brigand? You're definitely, you got to bark up that tree because we don't know. There should be so Azerlin's saying there should be a new item like a cabinet or soulbound disc and belt kits.
I'm even okay with that. Even if we have to make an entirely new storage chest just for soulbound things specifically, I'm okay with that. As long as it's not in my goddamn bank.
I don't know why they'd want to have to do that, considering they're your personal chest already. But okay, I'm willing to do anything to let me store my soulbound shit in
Somewhere
anything
else.
other than my bank.
Yeah, the
which I
main
need.
bank. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Well, we're all in agreement then.
And then Rufio
The
says
eyes have it.
Brigand is
Not so
meh.
great.
Not
Can be fun to roam. See, he's talking about PK.
but you
But
gotta be
has
really
to
careful.
really choose your battles. So you got to go kill the noobs. Is what he's
Yeah.
saying.
Go hang out in Dead Man's Mire at Sky Point. You'll be just fine.
Yeah, until we find out you're doing it, and then we're going to come over there and smash your face in. All right. So,
And then we'll say thank you.
yes. And thank you for the gold. Thank you for all the fish.
And then they'll quit the game and never come back.
Yay! All right. So, isn't that a win though? That's a win, right? If everybody quits the
No,
game.
it's not a win when people quit the game.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
No, it's not
I
a
was
win
confused.
when people quit.
Oh,
No,
okay.
that's a negative impact
neg-
on what we want,
Negative
which
impact.
is content and playable. You know, we've
Yeah.
been playing strictly with Azerland and his group there for the last week and a half since the Shadow started.
Yeah, I think it's like all four of them.
Yeah, that's who we've been playing with. That's the group we've been going up against.
Oh no, it's large groups. I think that the Sun think that we have like 300 people playing in there. We're like, no.
No,
No,
6 of us.
It was like the
Yes.
time, not to get too far off topic, but like the time that Earth won the Shadow was like 3, maybe 2 or 3 seasons ago.
It wasn't last season, but the season before.
There was literally only one person playing
One.
the keeps, and that was Kiri Amara. And I swear to God, Zoe did not believe me. She's like, no, because I was only doing outposts back then, and because I couldn't even fathom how to even get in a fort. I mean, I did talk to Kiri about it. She said, "Oh, you do this?" Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, and I was like, okay, and then I just ran away screaming. And then when you guys came in, then we started trying to do them. Remember, and that was like. It was like the Three Stooges in there, whoop, 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 and we were getting killed by the guards like every 2 seconds.
We eventually figured it out.
Yeah, we got it. We're down. We got it down. But now the guards are tougher, and now it's a little tricky
there
again.
was only one guy on the other team playing against us last season in the Shadow, and he did a hell of a job by himself.
Yeah, it was. Oh yeah, Raging Cowboy. That dude carried.
Well, he was
son.
in there some, but mainly it was just one particular character that I always seemed to run into. That it was always the thorn in our side.
Yeah.
HD.
Yes.
Yeah, there. No.
Before HD. Before HD, it was Raging Cowboy.
Oh, Raging Cowboy
He was
ran
in
our
there
butts.
sporadically. Yes.
Yeah, but if you look at it, he led all 3 factions in points for the longest time.
Oh yeah, he was kicking
individual
ass.
points.
Talk about the wall jumping thing, but that was mainly what pissed Raging Cowboy off when he found out.
Yeah,
about
he
that.
got he got
He was not
disenchanted
happy
after
about
that. Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
we tried to get him to switch. We tried to recruit him, but he didn't want to go. So maybe someday he'll come over to the moon where he belongs. But he's tough. Like he's definitely he can hold his own with the Dregs guys. We're just not there yet.
Yes, we're not there yet.
Yeah. Eventually.
I still think there's some nudes left. You don't see them very often because they haven't left Sky Point yet.
Azerland's very wise. He says he's a noob, but he's a very wise dude. Like he knows what's going on. However, next time I'd say next campaign that we got to play war and not crafting because I thought Azerland was making moves. I swear. When I saw that a keep went up in thighs. I thought, oh man, they're gonna do like a multi-prong assault and blah blah blah. So yeah, you got me up in arms there, Az. I was like, oh no, we're killing him now. Let's get him. But yeah, so anyway, so that's our thoughts about that. So here we go. This is the main topic of the day, I think. Let me just make sure there's no other topics that need to be covered after the fact. This is a long topic for me. All right, so this is the main topic we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about what, okay, I'll preface it with, we're going to talk about Dregs and why we think that there needs to be a major change there. So the other day I was on a stream with Nani, actually. Nani? And he said something about, which I think is funny because every time you're doing good somewhere, like the Dregs guys will be like, why don't you come to Dregs? Why don't you come to Dregs? Because we don't like Dregs. We're not ready for Dregs. We're not going to let you guys bully us into going to Dregs. And we know we're not ready for Dregs because when the Dregs guys come down to the shadow, they smash us to pieces.
Oh yeah,
easily, right? And I was talking to Mr. Most Mad last night saying, "Oh, you can get stuff cheap, just $230K," and I'm like, $230K? What the hell, dude? That take me like a month to get $230K. Oh, I spend that daily.
So that takes me like a full 2 days to build it.
Yeah, right. Even on my fastest guys can only do it in every 2 days. I don't know. Highlander, how much time would it take?
$230K?
Yeah, $230K. That's what it costs for good gear.
Okay, now it depends. It depends on where you go.
Well, you're the best gold getter,
people,
so you tell me.
And it depends on how many people they're trying to kill you while
Run us an average. Run us an average.
Dead Man's Mire would be is about the best place and fastest place.
We don't want to know where. We just want an average. What's an average you could make a day?
I go 10,000 around in a good spot. So if you do 10,000 rounds in 20 minutes, if it's a good spot, do the math.
Okay, so that means
you're either there
20
all
times
day or a day and a half. It depends on how much seat time.
So 230K is really hard.
Okay, yes. So at the math you just gave me, numbers you gave me, if I did the math correctly, about 4 hours.
If
it's 4 hours.
If the wind is going the right direction and the Aircroys turn around so you can smack them in the back.
All the stars have to be aligned.
Okay, all right, okay.
It's 100% have to be
in
sync.
Okay. All right, well, so Mr. Most Mad's idea is out the window. But it just cracks me up, and I don't know how to explain it exactly, but a lot of the old schoolers for Crowfall, not necessarily for MMOs, but Crowfallers, they're all in this bubble like they can't escape it. They all think everybody knows everything they know, right? So they're like, I always hear well, everybody knows how to do that. Okay, so what, Nani did the event in 2 days? The flower picking one? And then when he was explaining it, I had a conversation with him, and he's like, "Oh, everybody knows how to get this rotation and do this." And I'm like, "A what?
What rotation?
What's
what rotation he's talking about?"
Yeah, even my own guy does it. Dino's like, "Did you get a good rotation for chopping trees?" I was like, "What the hell are you talking about? I just run around and
rotation fanatic."
Yeah, I run around and I kill things, and then if I see a tree, I run over and chop the tree. You know, that's a rotation to me. I just wander around looking for things to kill, and then when I find them, I go kill them, and then I do the trees.
Real quick, Mr. Matt, you said you farmed 90K in a hot zone last night. What hot zone are you farming where you're getting 90K in an hour?
Yeah, I don't know where the hell he's going.
Also,
he must have some strippers. He's got hookers and blow.
I'm assuming Dregs also drops better quality loot so you can sell it for more as well.
Good.
Lookout Gorge and Dregs. So you're farming the Ugrus in Dregs. So you're getting, I'm guessing, better quality loot, which has a higher price tag and also higher drop amounts of individual things.
And he's probably not getting challenged because he's Mr. Most Mad.
But if I go to Lookout Gorge in the Mr. Most Mad, I'm somebody's boot stain.
Yeah, he gets his ass kicked
every second that I'm in there.
Yeah,
53K in shadows.
We're not Mr. Most Mad. We're Highlander and Dark Vortex.
Which hot zone did you go to in Shadows? Because an uncontested hour during Arcane Hills during a hot zone, 53K is pretty easy to do.
Yeah.
So which hot zone did you go to in Shadows?
But we only play a few hours a day. We don't.
Lookout Gorge.
I've been there.
All right,
well, can't make money there.
I'll have to give that a shot then.
I still don't think we're going to get that much money, but okay. And then plus the fact that everybody knows now, so they'll all go there to look for you guys. So have fun. Just let me know. Can you guys log that? Let me know give me a report how that
Well,
worked
that's
out?
1 hour in a hot zone, and then you got in the shadows. What is it, 6 or 7 hours before the hot zone comes back?
And I think with Tainted
I
Hills,
mean, the
it's a
cooldown
3 hour
on
gap.
that's quite a bit.
Well, yeah, you can jump to hot zone to the hot zone. Is not if especially if you can protect yourself. If I was wearing 250,000 gold armor, I might be like feeling pretty spunky. But you can dress up the guinea any way you want. Doesn't mean that if I don't push the right buttons, it's all over. You know, it's still gonna the
Sure.
guinea's still gonna go down.
Yeah, I'm Highlander fat thumbs. I mean,
Mhm.
yeah, I'm hitting buttons I shouldn't be hitting sometimes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
But
don't know.
anyway, I'm not saying that it's a bad thing that people think that way or say these things. I'm just saying that it's funny to me that how many people do that. Like how many people will say something to me, and it's not Mr. Most Madden specifically because I know he's in a big guild, right? Or what it was, or whatever it is.
Well,
I
he's
don't
a
know the
big
whole
Dregs
story.
player. I've never
Yeah.
even set foot in the Dregs. Not one time. I've never been.
Yep, not yet. I was talking about that last night a little bit about how uh, we're not ready yet, and I said you don't simply just tell a group of 50 plus year olds that we're going to go play here because that just doesn't go over very well. So we have to wait until everybody's ready, and everybody's not ready yet. So we'll get there. We will get there someday. So anybody else have anything to add on that?
What was the original topic of this
I'm
particular
moving on.
section again?
All right, we're going to move on. And I will reiterate the topic we're going to get into right now, which is my question I posed on the forums the other day was whether or not Dregs should be a persistent world rather than a campaign. And Shadows should remain a campaign and, short forms in different versions of short forms as the quote unquote, technically it'd be a training area, but it's a campaign. So it's like an event, right? Happens once a month, happens twice a month, whatever it is. Maybe it changes, whatever. And
Yeah.
I mean, you guys may or may not know, they do have other campaigns that aren't even finished yet, right? They have
I know
Hunger
it's the
Dome, Siege Perilous. Yeah, they have some other ones.
Yeah.
They even had some zombie thing they had for a while. There's a bunch of different ones. So anyway, eventually there should be a bunch of different campaigns. I think the Shadow is a great stepping stone to getting to the end game, which they call Dregs currently. My suggestion was they should call it Hunger's Edge, but that's beyond. So what my idea was, part of my idea was, is that Nani told me that we were missing opportunities in the Dregs, and I was thinking, well, no, I don't think we are because we can rule in the Shadow. We would be serving in the Dregs, and I said, my guys aren't really good at serving. We don't play well with others that well, so I don't think we're really missing out on any opportunities. But then I started to think, well, what would make the Dregs more palatable to someone like me that I could possibly sell to someone like Highlander? And I started thinking, well, first of all, I don't know why they did this in the first place, but they should have never gamified Dregs. Dregs should have been the end game world, period. I mean, I'm not a big fan of guild versus guild, but the thing that makes it terrible is that it's got the timers. It's protected. Like I keep hearing things like, I think it was Yoink or somebody was saying, it's a step in the wrong direction to have safe places. Well, we already have them. They're called siege timers. Why is that in there? There should be no siege timers. That, a lot of the problems I hear, even I heard from Mr. Most Mad last night, that a problem that they're having now is that people are only logging in for siege times. Well, there shouldn't be a siege time. They should just be 24 hours a day, like scared to death that they're going to lose their keep and all their little bonuses and their crafting stuff. And, they should be worried about that all the time. It's kind of cheesy to know ahead of time when the enemy might attack, right?
And-
I mean, go ahead.
I agree with you. I agree with you. And the one counter I read in your forum post, someone else was replying, said was people abusing the offline hours and whatnot. I'm like, well, people do that anyways.
That's not really abuse. That's strategy. Yeah, that's called strategy. That's not abuse. So if anybody says they're abusing, that's not abuse. That's what you do.
It's their words, not mine.
Everybody plays at 3 a.m. All gamers do that. That's not abuse. I do it. We all do it. Any chance we get to play when nobody's going to kill us, we're going to do that. You can't force people to fight all the time. People don't do that. They don't want to do that. Fighting is expensive unless you're Mr. Most Mad. But for us, that shit's really expensive. Like I went through 3 sets of armor last time, crafted armor, and that took like all my money over and over and over. So, oh goodness, hold on a minute.
Yeah, here's the sentences. If you wake up every day to a new world state because everything is up for grabs whenever, there's no real continuity, actions, and strategy only matter for a particular session, and in parentheses, encourage a bunch of other negative player behaviors around off hours, focusing, time zone manipulation, circuit, etc. All of that happens anyways.
Not a great visual there, Fear.
When she put her butt in my face?
Not a great visual.
Oh, I didn't realize the count.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, I guess that's one way to eat.
She's in charge. She wants to put her butt in my face. That's her thing.
Sure looked that way.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, don't let me sidetrack you.
No, so all those things that this person mentioned, like that happens anyways, because I don't remember ever trying to siege someone else's keep while they're purposely online. I'm pretty sure we kind of aim for the offline hours because it's easier. And we lose less material.
Well, yeah, people that come on during prime time, maybe that's the only time they can play, and that's fine. But that's also the group that's most likely to quit the game.
Yeah,
because they're going to get beat up. You know.
I was saying the main thing I was getting at was this person's counter to your argument is invalid because all the stuff they mentioned is happening regardless. Even with the timers.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. Anybody, if they say something about playing on there is no such thing. This is a global game. The Australians, for us was hard to do, but did we go get the Australians? Yes, we did. We woke our asses up at 3 a.m, went over there and took their shit anyway. We didn't, of course we had to wait till they didn't come in and kick our ass every night. But then once they got tired, and that's another thing. These campaigns require a ton of stamina. And you may think you're tough, but when you got to play every single day and look at all these timers and figuring out when you got to go do this and go do that and yada, yada. If you're like into serious gaming, if you really want to control the entire world, you have to play really hard, and it wears people out. And they, a lot of people just want to log in and they want everybody standing in a room, and then they want to bash your face in until they're happy with it. And then they'll be like, okay, well, thanks for good fight, guys. And then they log off, it's like, fuck you, it's like, get bent.
Nothing personal. I really did just want a 1v1 earlier.
Oh, what's he mad about now?
Oh, nothing. I was playing off what you just said.
Oh, yeah.
Just
we were all like, wait a minute. I thought we were going to go take the damn Tainted Hills and farm it. But apparently that wasn't the plan.
No, I just wanted some PvP real quick.
That's great.
I wanted my fix.
Well, but you invited us, so we thought it was a group thing.
I told you where I was going. You guys followed.
Oh my God.
That is not a group attitude.
That is not the Sophie way. Anyway, so
I still love you both.
Let's move on before we get too far into our own politics. All right, so so I started thinking about why do they have all these timers and all that stuff and that stuff, because that stuff is great for like training, like the timers, because then you can schedule yourself around a timer and go, oh, well, there's a fort up in 14 minutes. Let's go get it. It's great. When there's a lot of people, it gets a little rough. When the Dregs guys come down, they know, because they also watch the timers. They know where we're going to go. And then they're waiting there in their 230,000 gold gear, and they beat the holy pants off of us. And we're like, oh, my Lord. Wow. Did you see that?
If guys are spending that kind of money on gear in the Dregs, then I'll never be in the Dregs, because I don't spend nowhere near that on gear.
Well, not yet.
Can't afford it.
Not
yet.
But that's not the hard part. The hard part is I think Dregs needs more to be more an emergency a thing all the time. You just can never know. You don't want people to get into a schedule in the end game world, in my opinion. The my guild is really happy. We're happy in the shadow right now. Of course, we're winning in the shadow right now, so we're thrilled.
Underselling it.
We're we're thrilled, that we're doing so well and we're so blessed to have this opportunity to fight against Earth again, for real this time, because actual moons showed up this time. So this is good for us. But as long as the boys are happy, I'm happy. So, but I do like the campaign style thing for Shadow, and I think it's a great training zone. Like I said, if they get that stuff fleshed out we talked about earlier, please feel to rewind if you didn't see that part. But then I think the Shadow would be a perfect place to learn about the keeps and the outposts and the castles, or not the castles. I guess I don't know what happened to the castles. Something happened to the castles. They don't have them anymore. I don't even think they're in the Dregs anymore. I think you have to have. I think it was because the player base shrunk too much, so they took them out. I guess it was probably astronomically expensive to. You probably have to have a guild of quite a bit, maybe 200 to do a castle. So they probably just took them out for that. But they are on the list of things that you can acquire, even in the Shadow, which is something that shouldn't be there in the Shadow. If it doesn't exist, why show it? Because there is no castles. It's another thing that they.
Maybe it's
fix.
in the sky.
Yeah, it's a castles in the sky. There's a song called that.
It's a good song.
So then I just started thinking about these opportunities, and the opportunities. Ultima Online had no. We didn't have castles and keeps in the same fashion, but we had property, and your friendly neighborhood anti-PKs would come by and visit us whenever they felt the need to, come and have crumpets and tea with us. And it was fun sometimes. But I think those kind of, trying to plan a huge siege on a timer is really hard, and without a timer, everybody can just kind of amass their deal. They all get ready, and then they go. They don't got to wait for a timer. They don't got to wait for little Chucky to figure out what's going on with his dog or his kids or his wife, whatever it is. You just get the ones that we're going to go. This is when we're going. We're going in 15 minutes. Get your pants on. Let's go. Or whatever. Put your sword on. Get your Vindy sword. And let's rock it.
Get your chicken.
And do it. And then just do it, and you should be under attack all the time. And then I hear these stories about, Dregs guys making exploitable defense. Oh, they're redesigning it. Okay, yeah, I just didn't know what happened to them. So yeah, I just think that they don't need the timers. They should just if there shouldn't be any safe places, then let's not have any. Let's get rid of them. Especially in Dregs. I don't care about the Shadows should have what it has, but go ahead. What were you going to say?
No, I realized what I was going to say didn't make any sense, actually.
Okay. So some of the ideas I was thinking about besides that, I was also thinking about, I think in the Shadows, it would be important to have the stats available for people to publicly see. So if they want to do their bragging, a lot of people like to brag about how they're doing, whatever. You can give people the clout chasers, you can let them have their stats available. Then the Shadows or in the Dregs, I don't think you need as many stats, and you don't need the divine stuff and all that. I mean, you can still have those as goals to do during seasons, but they don't apply towards any kind of in-game reward. Your in-game reward is mostly that you didn't lose your keep. And you still get to make, hundreds of thousands of dollars a day to spend on armor. But then you also, I also came up with another idea, and I know Xtreme did as well, where I was thinking, well, the game has the ability. I know a lot of people don't want the game to be stagnant, which is fine. The game has the ability to change form. So all they really need to do is have some sort of a catastrophe. Some sort of a catastrophe like the hunger, for example. Say fissures appear all over the map, and then, hunger things pour out of them and whatever, and you have to kill them. And then at some point, there may be a timer for this, or a big fissure appears, and then a giant, hunger beast pops out, maybe several in different time zones at different times, whatever it is. But if you don't defeat all of them, then the world is crushed. But if you defeat them all, then maybe the world stays the same another 6 months or whatever it is, That way there's urgency, right? So people have to log in to save the world or not. It depends on whether they want to save it or not. Some groups will want to burn it all to the ground. Obviously, if you don't have a keep, you're going to want to burn it to the ground. But so you may want to help the hunger in some way, right? So when people are out fighting the hunger, you may want to pick them off. There's different schools of thought on that, right? And there's probably even things that I won't even think of. But you always got to think of it backwards, you forward and backwards. The goal by the designers, as the devs intended, is to destroy the hunger, keep everything status quo. The actual game will be whether or not the players flip that and go, well, let's help the hunger because we want to destroy this place. We're tired of Mr. Most Mad's guild winning all for months on end. We want to win for once. So let's destroy the world, get in there and get our spot before Mr. Most Mad comes in. And I'm just using you as an example because I like you. Okay, so that's my idea of what the end game could be for. But it's still, then it makes it a world. It's no longer an arcade game. Because that's basically the Shadow and the Dregs right now are just like arcade games. They're events. They're just like the flower picking thing. I mean, it's the first game I've ever played where there was an event inside the event. That was kind of interesting, actually. And that was a trick. They were trying to get the crafters to go outside and get killed by the combatants, but they keep forgetting all the combatants are crafters because it's a crafting simulator with PvP enabled. Right, Highlander?
Highlander?
Oh, well.
We got a big mission.
That just wrecked my whole thing. All right, so...
I said right.
Oh, did you? We didn't hear you. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
All right.
The other one's got a big wall of text going.
What? Okay, go ahead. Check it out.
Let's see. You mentioned a no safe zone in Dregs. Instead of just open, have the siege window still, but when it opens, have the war tribe start it and take and start going out and building it up on their own. Oh, okay. So have a siege against the war tribes as if they took a fort or a keep.
I would say you should have that, but you should have that in Skypoint.
Yeah, that'd be good practice.
Yeah, we in the end game zone, I think outside of the, like I said, if it's a disaster, you want a disaster. You have to have something that's going to change the world. And one of the things they touted in the game's marketing at some point was, you have the ability to shape the world. Well, you really don't, because the world it gets destroyed every month, right? So you don't really get to shape anything. Now, if there's a disaster that's going to destroy it and you have to prevent it or not, then you actually make that choice to shape the world, because you're either going to keep it as it is as much as possible. I mean, over time, obviously, guilds are going to fight each other for territory. But if there's an event at the end, now, at the end of these end times, say it's like in the winter time, and we don't know which winter time, right? So if they leave the seasons in, say, and it's spring, fall, summer, all that, when in the winter times, you may see these fissures appear or whatever, but that may not be the big assault, So they can actually trick you guys, or us guys, into not knowing exactly when that big what assault's going to be. So you may so that puts some FOMO on people, right? And you need that FOMO because that's what keeps people playing all the time. It's like even those games with the daily quests. I got a friend that plays a daily quest every day, even though he's got every prize 50,000 times over, but he doesn't want to miss out on that prize. That's how easy it is to keep people in your game, So you just need that FOMO. And I like the idea with the war tribes, but I think the war tribes could easily be in the Sky Point, which obviously the Sky Point is a big part of this because the Sky Point needs to be fleshed out like a World 2, but it needs to be for the lower players. It doesn't necessarily have to protect them or anything like that, but it needs to be more fun. You know what I mean? Because you get people in there and they don't want to be beat up all the time. You need to give them things to do that they can have fun with. Because when they're having fun, then they're more likely, in my opinion, to be able to be punished all the time, because this game just punishes the bejesus out of you from the get-go, right? And there are maybe 10 or 15 people that like that. But and I think we all play. We're all in chat right now. And that's it. That's the whole gamut. So in my opinion, that's how you should do it. I know, Xtreme, you had another suggestion. Did you want to talk about it?
Mine is a bit more radical in the fact that I'm betting not a lot of people are going to enjoy it. But
You're radical.
Oh, thank you very much.
You're extremely radical.
My name says it all.
Well, you talk about
Excuse
it.
me.
Tell us all about it.
Okay.
Are you kidding me?
Excuse me. Sorry. Take Sky Point, and what you have right now would be your inner circle. Then you sit there and you'll literally add something to the outside of it. You just basically make Sky Point literally bigger, a lot bigger, and you make it a persistent world. And I know some of you say you don't want a persistent world because it stagnates the game. I'm sorry, the game is stagnated already. But it has. Anyways, so you make Sky Point immensely bigger, and you have this outer circle portion be something like either a frontiers, wildlands, unexplored area. And in it, you'll find harder enemies, better loot, dungeons, if that's what I personally would like a dungeon. Something that expands on the game's lore. Just it gives the veterans something to do between campaigns. So it's basically there to serve two purposes. One, an alternative to do something other than Dregs or Shadows while still being able to progress. And two, again, something to do if you don't want to jump into another campaign right away. Because quite frankly, ending a campaign and then starting a brand new one on the exact same day needs to stop. There's got to be a break between them or you're going to burn your player base out. You don't have a lot left.
They're already doing it. It's already happened.
So that would be my idea. And I know some of you are probably thinking, well, if you make it bigger, traveling's already a bitch to begin with. Like, yes, it is. The traveling in this game absolutely sucks. So
have you played Elite Dangerous?
That's entertaining though. That's fun travel in my opinion because it is eye candy. It is aesthetically pleasing and there is still stuff that can happen.
What, you don't like rocks?
I'm not talking about rocks.
Trees?
There are no trees in space.
Well, I know, but I was talking about aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Crowfall has no eye candy, honestly. I'm not a huge fan of this.
You don't like watching my horse run in front of you because it's got more buffs on it?
Yeah. But no. Piss off. Anyways, so to get from the Sky Point Temple to this frontier area, you'd have some form of transport, whether it be, there's griffins in the game, so let's assume someone managed to tame a griffin and we use that as a transport system or something. Okay, it's not player driven, so basically it takes you from point A to point B in a predetermined path, and it's merely there just to get you to the outer edge, from which point you then explore on a horseback or whatever your preferred method of walking is. And it's merely there as, it'll be PvE, PvP, you can do whatever you want. I don't care. It's just something there to add to something to do in the game, because right now there is no end game in my opinion. It's stagnated, and quite frankly, I'm personally kind of getting bored. I've already done one Shadows campaign. Dregs is just a harder version of it where you get punished even more for dying, and I'm not really into that. There needs to be something else to do.
You need more punishment, though.
No. No.
Personally,
yeah.
only people I've seen in the shadows is Azrael and his group.
Yeah.
That's all I've seen.
So you
And
got
Mr. Musman when
Azerlin
he
going
came
on.
in, and Mr. Musman when he came in specifically to fight me on stream, and I appreciate that. Speaking of Azrael, see, great about Skypoint, bigger but more pure PvE, and do what I was saying with the war tribes being the threat for siege windows. In Skypoint, yep, I agree with that
Absolutely.
personally. Also make questing events, 12 gods. There's a god event every month. Could do the same with war tribe quest lines. I like where you're going with that as well.
Yeah, there's just so many things.
I mean,
Pitter patter, Monty. Come on, let's
Yeah.
get this in there.
This game, from what I've been told, has a rich lore. I don't know what any of it is. It's never explained.
Yeah.
All I know is Gaia died, and Allfather, or Odin, has vanished while trying to find out what the hunger is. Aside from that, I don't know anything.
Malachi rules. We know that.
Who the hell's Malachi?
That's your god, dumbass.
What does he do?
He wins the shadow a lot.
That's my point. You can't even give me a actual answer other than just propaganda.
Oh, I can tell you that we can read the Pantheon if you wish.
Okay, I shouldn't have to go to the website's wiki to find out. There should be something in-game that explains this stuff.
Yeah, but it's still available.
That's not the point, though. Point is it's not where it should be.
You don't say. There's a lot of stuff that should be in the game that's not. That's another that's a whole show right there.
Yeah, even I was like, it's on the website. Yeah, I don't care if it's on the website. It needs to be in game.
You're absolutely right. I wonder if they're listening. I wonder if they'll ever do that. God, they might have to actually type something in.
I don't give a shit if it's on the website. I shouldn't have to go to an external website.
They could cut and paste it and just put it from the website right in the game, couldn't they?
I don't care if I sit there and hyperlink a wiki. At least it's...
yeah, good. Wiki leaky.
Yeah, speaking of which, they need a better in-game encyclopedia. Because the only one they have, which is their Crowpedia, just explains race, class, promotion, and domain. Okay, that's great for building a character.
Maybe.
But you kind of need some more stuff in there.
Yeah, you need a lot more stuff in there.
Yeah, like your crafting recipes.
See,
I'd like to know
what
it is. I'd like to know what it is I'm looking for out in the wildlands while I'm looking for it.
Yeah, I still don't like some of that where some of the labeled things don't tell you what's in them, so it's like,
yeah,
unexplored village. Come on, man, what the hell's in the village?
I mean, no, that's a great point. Actually, if it's unexplored, you go to it, and then it's
and then it should tell you what it is. Yeah, it never tells you.
Yeah, I said that before too. Yeah,
there is a way to manipulate the map like that. Okay, that is not something difficult.
Yeah, and I agree with Mr. Most Mad's comment about the fact that, yeah, there should be more about the lore in the game since we do work for those guys. We do work for Malachi. That's, he's the one, the big ass giant statue we got in there. That's the big dark one. That's Malachi, by the way. The one right by all the arenas. You can't miss him. He's holding his hand up in the air. He's got the spider hanging down. That's the guy.
Oh,
what?
yeah.
There's statues in the game?
Oh, big ones. We got a big one.
Oh shit! I never noticed.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe put a little plaque by the statues.
A plaque, you say?
Yeah, a plaque that gives a
kind of like at the zoo where you go up to the zoo animal cage and then you look at the plaque.
Yeah, it's like, this is statue of Malachi. He's the god of this, this, and this.
Yeah, he likes spiders and he's really mean to women apparently because that's the picture. There's only one picture of him and it's like him enticing some woman with a spider. I don't know what's going on there. I didn't ask, but
some things are better left unsaid.
True that. So let's I don't know, is that it? Did you have any suggestions for in-game content there, Highlander?
No.
Okay. All right. So I guess we can go to this part where, did you have anything else you wanted to talk about today, Extreme? Since you're the co-host, you might as well have a topic.
Yeah.
Timer, Fear.
Hashtag reduce Dom Dust prices. I'm going to say it every time.
And sell it on the EK. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no reason why they shouldn't. But
the fact that it takes 128 disciplines to upgrade a belt alone, that's a huge time commitment by itself, because either you have to go get them yourself or go buy them. All right.
You need to start hanging out with Mr. Mo's Mad because that dude's got all the money. I'm moving in with
Nothing
him.
about this game does not require a huge commitment, no matter whether you're fighting, no matter whether you're gathering.
I understand that,
Crafting
and
is
that's
insane in this game.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not disagreeing with you. I agree.
No, and I'm just telling you, that's nature of the beast. I understand that's what MMOs are, but I don't think there needs to be two huge commitments for one thing.
I'm struggling to hang on because all I do is farm. I don't craft, and I'm not interested in crafting in the game. I'm struggling.
But it's a crafting simulator with PvP enabled.
I know, and I don't care about the PvP. You know me. I don't never purposely attack anyone. I will wait, and if they don't want to fight, then I won't fight. I'm just don't care. If I see my guys getting beat up on, then yeah, I join in. But other than that, I could be farming anywhere, and if they leave me alone, I'll leave them alone. I don't purposely attack anyone.
I can see the PKs are curling up into little balls crying right now as you say these things.
Let's see.
I am no one to fear in PvP.
Bikini armors. You got it. That's in.
The Shadow's been going on for what, almost a week and a half?
Yeah.
I have 1 kill.
Hey, that's good.
That's it.
That's all
That's
I got.
Just a big tank.
That's all
I didn't even earn that. That was a mistake. That was a game glitch.
Whatever. But you know what? I got 1 too. And I got probably more deaths than you, so there.
Well, you know, we're always battling for the #1 deaths.
Well, yeah. That's the
me
best
and
stat in the game.
Yeah,
is the number of
for
deaths.
us, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm going to get more deaths than you are. I'm going to win.
Not just said something crazy this morning. Well, maybe you should shoot for 0 deaths. I'm like, please. What is wrong with that boy? I said only plebs do that. Come on.
That's crazy.
Yeah, there is no such thing as 0 deaths.
Yeah.
If you go outside, there's no such thing as 0 deaths. So, yeah, Tagamu said Crowfall token. I don't know what that's for. Bikini armors, love that. Yeah, I mean, let's make it normal, like a normal MMO. Let's have some sexy outfits, man. We like to run around in our bikini armors.
I just can't believe they're missing that boat.
I just don't believe it.
I cannot believe it is so easy to get guys our age group to spend money on outfits.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Easy.
It's like shut up and take our money already. Okay.
Magnetic strip all day long. I mean, it's just insane.
Yeah. Swipe.
Losing so much revenue.
Yeah.
It's the most action these two will ever get is a 3D
model. Oh, listen to who's talking.
Pixels.
The king of never goes outside is talking shit.
That is not true. I go outside 5 days a week.
Well.
Yeah, they should make bikini suits in all of them, even for the guy characters if they fucking want.
That's right. Crafters should be able to craft them.
Spend our money on.
Yeah, they should be able to craft
you put a bikini
suits.
on a centaur and Callie's gonna lose it.
Yeah, you know, he might get married.
No,
he might get remarried.
Doesn't have a horse's ass. There's a difference.
He'll get a divorce and remarry in the game. Yeah, they don't even have weddings in these games. They don't let you change your character. They don't let you do nothing, man. Come on, this is what the MMO was to be patched in later, apparently. So we're waiting for the MMO part. This is what's going on.
I just never seen a company with a game that launches and doesn't want to make money, other than on VIP.
Oh yeah, this game had a horrible launch.
I mean, I'm glad they don't have pay to win specifically. They do have loot boxes, but they're not with real money, which is okay. It's the only reason it gets a pass.
And yeah, I don't want those outfits to give me any more advantage.
No.
Advantage. I just want.
We just want to look pretty.
Exactly. I'm not looking for any advantage to.
In Black Desert, you get to wear your armor, and then you get to dress up over the top of that.
Yes.
That's beautiful. Which is what I thought they were going to do with that event thing. I thought they were going to let us wear our pumpkin heads with our helmets on, but no.
All pumpkin heads must die.
No, the pumpkin heads are awesome. Oh, they should have waited. They should have started making the actual game 5 years ago. They were really busy working on. They were trying to create all these systems, but they didn't finish any of them really. The EK system is amazing, except it's not done. And you were supposed to be able to battle each other on our EKs if we wanted, and we were supposed to do all these other things, and just none of it came to fruition. And Go ahead. Yeah, and then they came up with this deal where you can't even log out for 20 seconds and all that, and it's like, come on, man.
Yeah. Speaking of the EKs, I read because I was looking into making parcels for my own EK just for shits and giggles. that player-made parcels disappear on reset.
I don't know what that means.
So if I build a parcel for my EK and they go place it, when the server resets after its morning maintenance, that parcel is going to disappear. Is that true?
I doubt that would be the case. That would cause all kinds of major havoc. Actually, Azerland is paying attention, so he could answer that because he actually builds the parcels. I
Okay.
swipe mine, so I don't know, but he'll answer that in just a second. Go ahead, keep talking. I'm gonna go grab
All right. Oh, he says EK's. I like that. Yeah, you should be able to sit there and relegate which areas the EK are PvP enabled and which ones aren't. I like that idea. That should be.
works.
That way you can leave it on at all times. You just pop in whenever and go, hey, let's go
Give
practice.
people a choice. Yeah, give people a choice whether they want to go there.
Yeah.
I think the PvP in the game should be by choice myself. I think you ought to be able to take a character to 30 and not be able to be attacked with it. If you want to go out and all you want to do is farm in the game, more power to you. If
And,
you want to get into PvP, then you can level your character up. There's guys that play this game that never want to fight. All they want to do is come in and play the damn game.
Well, blah blah. Like Black Desert, there's a big old warning. Like if you level your character past 50,
Correct.
it's attackable. So,
Yeah.
Correct.
Yep.
Yeah.
That way you get people from both sides that want to come in and craft and farm and play a game in an MMO and not have to worry about getting their shit pushed in.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of a switch, but I am a fan of at least giving immunity to the noobs to a certain point.
Yeah.
Correct.
Or I was going to say, if you want to opt in for PvP, I pitched this idea a long time ago. Either make that only an option for Skype Point so you can sit there and learn and practice in peace, or if for whatever reason it goes into Shadows and Dregs, make it so when you opt in, you're stuck in PvP mode for the next 30 minutes to an hour, so that way you can't abuse it.
I wouldn't
And
do that.
And
No,
every
I
time
wouldn't do that either.
and every time you want to go take a fort, an outpost, or a keep, you have to be in enabled PvP. But as you said, that didn't go over so well. So and that would only be for Shadows and Dregs.
The
Skype
only
Point,
reason I say level wise is because you might have a guy that you just want to go farm with that one guy and never do anything else but farm with him.
well, that's why I say if you want to have the opt-in portion, you keep it in Skype Point only.
I think people
yeah.
may want to practice PvP. Anybody who wants to do PvP is not going to go directly to the Dregs, and they're not going to directly to the Shadow right away. I don't think.
Yeah.
I think they're going to practice more in Skypoint. So
Well,
you
they
gotta have
want
some
to.
PvP in there.
I mean, they think they want to. They think they're ready. Oh, I'm max level. Yay, go, go, go. And then they go, pow. Oh, wait. I wasn't ready. I guess I better quit this game. It's too hard.
That's it. Aslan knows. Okay, thank you, Aslan. Start building my own EK up so I can move my shit out of Fears and onto mine and free up some space.
Hey. You just take it easy.
I was trying to be
Get
helpful.
me started on space.
I was just trying to be.
Oh man, all my shit's full. Can't do nothing. I can't collect anything. I'm gonna have to transfer a bunch of crap.
I was trying to be helpful, but okay.
Are
Unless
you
I go
kidding?
Enable my VIP again. Then the
Well, why
double
don't you
switch
just get
works.
another chest, dunghead?
Right now, I'm having a hard time even transferring it from the Shadow to my home chest to God's Reach because it's full. So I'm trying to transfer stuff out. But guess what? The majority of everything I wanted to transfer, guess what? It's fucking soulbound. Excuse my language. So I can't store it.
Oh, yeah.
Only in my bank.
Yeah. Well,
Because I've
Yeah.
built a gazillion different types of characters. I still have all those majors and minors that can't only be used by one of my characters, one of my tunes. And I have a ton of them. And I mean a lot of them.
a lot.
Yes, Legos.
Lego,
that I've
Legos?
built. Yes,
Uh-huh.
but they can only be used on one of my characters, so I have to store them in my bank, or I just slide them off to the left, put in the little damn pattern, and delete the son of a bitches. Which, who the hell wants to do that when you got Lego minors and majors?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sack
I don't
them,
want
dude.
to do that.
No,
I want to store them in my EK chest.
Nobody's going to sack. Well, okay. Maybe Mr. Most Mad, but most people wouldn't want to sack a legendary item. So, I mean, that's just like
Well, Mr.
They-
Most Mad's in a world.
he's
of his own.
he's got his own gig going on.
He probably said the same thing Nani said: "Is I'm not special. I'm not different than anybody else in the game."
I don't know, but
We still love you, Mr. Westman. We still love you.
we love him a lot. He's funny. Yeah,
The only
I
time
remember
don't like him is when he's killing me.
he came to our event and like he just wiped everybody. I was like, dude, you might be a little overdressed for this
Yeah,
party.
he had to downsize.
Yeah, he had to go get
He
his.
had to go down
He had to
to
go
a
get a
kid's
level
meal
2.
size
Yeah,
unit.
he had to go get a
Yeah.
level 2 character to come in.
Brought in a fucking Whopper, and he had to go down to a freaking kids meal to deal with us over in REK during the PvP.
I was like, yeah, maybe this event idea was maybe
Yeah,
maybe I
that's
should have
different, though.
stipulated. We
If
still
you're
wear
s-
pajamas here.
If you're spending $230K on armor, yeah, you're in a whole different freaking league of shit. I'm mad if I got to spend 40,000 on a breastplate. Okay, it makes me mad.
Oh man, hey, trust me, if we're giving you hard times because we care. Otherwise,
Absolutely, you're more than welcome in the EK anytime.
yeah, you
you'd
can
like
come
to
anytime
in.
you want. You can come
Or to
beat us
come
up.
bullshit with us in the game. We like you. You're fine.
Yeah, well, he came. I don't. Extreme freaks me out when he's like, we're in the middle of a fucking war zone. He's like, hey, let's have a 1v1 right here, and we're going, what the fuck do we do now? You know, what, are we supposed to kill everybody, or we're not
the
killing
first
everybody
thing
right now?
First thing I look at is where's the nearest respawn.
Yeah,
Because I'm gonna be flying to the freaking respawn here in a minute.
yeah.
That's the nearest thing that I see.
I'm
that I
like,
look for.
wait a minute, where? Yeah, I think. Yeah, I even mentioned that to him too. I told him that they should actually have a designated area where people can just go and do like a 1v1 or 1v3 or 1v5 or whatever 3v3 or 5v5, whatever they want.
Work out a grievance.
And
Absolutely.
then have it so that people can spectate, because people love that. You know, you see videos come out where there's these big battles and stuff, and people like watch. I don't particularly care about them, but because mostly I can't even tell what's going on. There's just showers of stuff coming out of the sky and explosions and stuff coming down and crumbling, and I'm just like, oh wow, that's interesting. If you don't know the guilds or who the people are, it's like okay, you know. But but people love watching that stuff. It's just like watching MMA fighting, or, you know, boxing or whatever. You know, they get them in there, they get a little, everybody puts in their little monies. You know, it's like a handshake system.
Yeah.
Handshake them up. You guys both pay a certain amount of money to do it. You get in there, and whoever wins takes the cash or whatever. Something. That way there's motivation for it. But, I mean, there's trading allowed in the game, so it's not like anybody's going to cheat and give somebody gold. You know what I mean? Like in Black Desert, you can't trade anything. So, yeah, they couldn't have a system like that where you could bet against each other.
I wish there was an available market, not have to go to EKs, to be honest with
Yes,
you. I could
a
click a button and
world
go to a market or a location in God's Reach or the Shadow where you go and visit that one location and look where people post their shit for sale. And I don't, because the EKs close every 3 hours, and if the game's not that busy, then you can't go shopping.
Yeah.
I hate when I can't go shopping.
I hate when I can't go spend my money that I spent hours collecting in the freaking game. That's irritating.
Yeah, the vendors is an interesting idea, but I prefer world markets.
Absolutely. That's one thing I loved about Black Desert.
Yeah, you can still put your crafted stuff on the market and whatever.
Yep.
You can sell your work type stuff. It works the same way.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I like the idea of people going to the EKs. It's just there's no signage. You know, you can't really put up any kind of signage or directions.
There's no favorites button to remember my favorite shopping places.
That's true. They don't have
So
that.
I have to search for them every time I go in. I have to click all these different buttons to go there.
Yeah, I think the devs thought everybody was a programmer that was going to play this game, or a DOS 3.3 user, because that's basically what you have to know to play this game.
And then the ultimate slap in the face after you do the search and you find it is you click it and it's closed.
I think at the very least, they need to have a filter system that allows you to sit there and filter out the closed ones. At the very least.
I think the very least they should at least double the time that they're open, because checking it 8 times a day is just ridiculous. Like, you know, if they doubled it, then I'd only have to check it 4 times a day, and I can actually swing that.
I think you're a rare bird that even does that. I don't think most guild leaders are even doing that shit.
Well,
I don't think they're doing it.
If they have nobles, though, the nobles can all open it too. Unfortunately, my nobles don't give a shit, so I have to do it myself.
I say nay. Don't go there.
But in any event,
every chance I get.
Well, of course you do, but I'm just saying the ones that are on the most, they're too busy. So think
Has
about
anyone
that one.
checked our EK today?
Yes, I opened it just a few hours ago. It's probably time to open it again. But yeah. So in any event, the last thing I had on my list was the current Shadow campaign. If anybody had any comments on how it's going, or had any stories they wanted to tell, or anything like that. This one's called Marina.
As much as I love the fact that we're winning, I think the Shadow campaign is kind of going horribly. And because there's no way any one faction should be this far in the lead this soon.
Well, that's
You shut your whore mouth.
though. I can't even believe it.
No,
That is crazy talk.
You got 4 or 5 guys who've dominated everything, and there's
we
no.
Can't control how many people are in the game. It's like that's because we're controlling it.
No, you're not. Okay, shut up and listen. That's
listening.
That's my point. There is no motivation to play.
I don't disagree with you there.
That's my point. There's no way we should be this far in the lead this soon. We've dominated so thoroughly and so well. Sorry, Aslan, but we have. I know, but
how much they're on.
There's no motivation. There's no reason to be on, other than the fact that this is just what we happen to be playing right now. So that's the reason why we're on.
We're playing all the time.
Yeah, that's my point. We're like the only ones who are.
We said that earlier. I haven't seen anybody but Azerlin in his group every now and then. That's it. I haven't seen anybody else.
They need to do something to sit there and spice Shadows up. Otherwise, the Dregs guys are going to start to have a actual point in either getting rid of Shadows or something, which I don't want them to get rid of Shadows.
I don't think they'll get rid of Shadows.
I don't think they will either. But if it continues like this, their point action might become valid, and that's a scary thought.
It depends on how badly the devs want everybody to be in PvP constantly. And that's what it's going to come down to.
Well, yeah, but then that's not going to happen.
Force everybody to the Dregs. Everybody's just going to go. I'm not going to go get my shit pushed in every 3 seconds.
No, I know, but you see what I'm getting at, though, right?
Yeah, I see exactly what you're saying.
Yeah, we're winning.
I'm not motivated myself.
Yeah, no, I mean,
there's a forward up in 2 hours. Okay.
All right. I mean, yes, it's going great because Moon's winning, but at the same time, Moon is winning so little too well too soon that in that sense, it's not going well at all as far as a gameplay standpoint is concerned.
I don't know. That's based on the point system and the ticker every hour. If we own it all and there's nobody there to contest us because they have real lives and some people have real lives and can't be on the game all the time, then that's just the way that is. I don't think we can't control it.
I mean, look at last campaign. Compare that one to this one. More people were playing. Well, not a whole lot more, but enough people were playing where it was actually, a bit of a fight going on for the first half.
Yeah, but the Sun guys that were fighting with us were only interested in the fighting. They weren't going to help build the keeps and build the forts and take the outpost after. They just came in for content enough to kill us, and then they left. And one guy was left to building the forts back or and he's not going to be able to keep up with us. One guy, there ain't no way.
Yeah, but there were still a lot of people playing, and there was still something to do.
I didn't see anybody but one group last season.
I saw a couple. They were all some, but there was a couple of them. Towards the end, it tapered off, and there was only like one guy.
Yeah, there was a couple of Dregs groups that came down. We even had a Moon group come down for the beginning. Right. They came down and told us what we need to do, and then they left, and we were like, go suck a bag of, thingies. So, but yeah, because, that's the faction thing. It's even though we're in the same faction, it's not like we all get together and we're like, yeah, guys, come on. We'll post in the faction chat that we're doing something, but most people just ignore it. It's just us. It's like, okay, that's fine. We'll figure it out. We'll get it. Don't even worry about it. You guys just keep picking the flowers. We're fine. We got this. It's okay. No worries. So there are definitely some challenges. I thought for sure now, because, Earth was a lot stronger the last showing they had. So I was a little bit shocked. I thought they were coming for us hard there for a minute.
see.
to the point to where I was a little worried. But then, yeah, but now we're good. So
See, Aslan was
everybody
saying,
join Moon.
Yep. See, half my fighters are MIA, so even if I want to try and defend, you guys just wipe us. Then I have players that quit because they can't craft in the keeps to get the better gear and disc drops. What do you mean? The last keep we took from you had like all your crafting stuff maxed out. That our crafter sat there and jizzed his pants.
We took it. That's the point.
Yeah.
We took the crafting that they wanted.
Yeah.
We didn't know that it was loaded with crafting. Now our crafter is just literally excited beyond imagination right now. I never heard him giggle so much. Oh, they have one of these. We're like going, what the hell are you even talking about?
Okay.
Where's the weapons of mass destruction, yo? And we're like, oh, they didn't even build a thing that makes siege machines. I was like, oh.
Yeah, so that last keep didn't even have a barracks in it, I don't think, did it?
Yeah, no, it didn't have nothing in it.
Yeah.
And they spread
okay.
themselves a little too thin. They should probably not take that many keeps next time.
Yeah. Hell, I'm probably going to get a lot of shit for this next statement, but I mean, if we let you guys build up another keep and keep it for a while so you guys can come back and actually have some fun with that work, hell, I'd even. Now, I'm not going to say the next statement because you guys might actually kick me from the guild if I said that.
I don't even know what you're saying now.
I was going to say, well, let them build up so they can come back and we can actually have some fun. Let them have a
shut
keep.
your mouth.
No,
yeah, they can have them back as soon as they take them.
No, not the ones we took. There's plenty of other ones they can sit there and go build up that we're not touching.
Oh, well, yeah, that's fine too. But yeah, we don't. No, I mean, I don't want to get into a thing like they do in the Dregs where we're trying to make deals. I mean, if you guys start making deals, that's not going to be good. That makes people quit too.
I'm not saying we wouldn't siege it at a later time, but I want them to come back and play. Right now, I've only seen Azulin and Roche. Two guys.
They got to learn that. They got to start jumping up and down when they see us. That's all I can tell them. You better start jumping. You see us coming, because we're not there for tea and crumpets. Hey man, after we got our asses smashed by the Dregs guys last time, we're very touchy now. We're like ready. We're like, okay, we might have to have 15 guys to kill one dude, but we're gonna get it. Damn it, we're gonna get him. We'll get him. We'll strip that $500 armor off, or $5,000 armor off, or whatever it is.
Yeah, but I'm not trying to make a deal where I'm saying we won't attack the keep. I'm just saying, if we let you guys sit there and have like a grace period to build back up so you can actually get some more players.
They do get a grace period. As soon as they take it, they get 3 days. I wouldn't suggest it because we can take anything off the map right now. So
I know. I'm just saying. I just want them to come back and play.
Well,
I just want them to come back and play. That's all.
Well, we were playing. It was just we were playing war and they were playing crafted.
Well, all right. Well, run around an empty shadow. Run around an empty shadow.
It's okay with me. I was tired anyway. That last one about fucking killed me. But yeah, so yeah, I mean it's free loot, man. Go get it. You can save up for the next. We got to save up the money for. We need to save up the money for the next campaign to get that cool armor like Mr. Mad's got. Yeah, you can build one up if you want.
Yeah.
Go ahead. We may or may not attack it. We don't know yet. We'll have to see what it looks like. It just makes us wonder why is Dregs? Because they always tell me everybody's in Dregs, but then it's like, why are they all coming to Shadow then? If they're all there, why do they keep coming to our area? I don't know. I don't get it. But in any event, so yeah, I mean, there's obviously some challenges. It's a very different campaign this time than it was last time. For sure. Yeah, because we were winning the whole time last time too, but but we overextended last time, and Sun just took all our stuff and started acquiring the money from it. So we learned to not do that again, I think.
Azulin, that's one Sun person, and she ain't Sun by choice. She's technically Moon.
Yeah, she isn't Moony. That's
So,
the
yeah.
that's the one you guys were fighting against when you guys won. It's the same one. She's a
Yeah,
Mooney.
that's Curie. Just
Yeah, she's the only
some
one. She's
some
the,
drag shenanigans happened, and without her knowing, she became Sun somehow. She's not happy about that. So don't let that discourage you. It's not all of
it's
Sun.
not all Sun. It's just one.
No.
And we'll give you that one for free.
Yeah.
And she just likes us because we helped her a lot. We helped her a lot when she was doing all these big ticket items in against Earth back before she got mad. Yeah. So yeah, because she got mad when the Dregs guys came down and helped Earth take all the keeps or whatever, and then so she stopped playing, and I wasn't taking keeps, so basically Earth did whatever they wanted.
Yeah.
And
And I'm just.
all I cared about was Outpost.
Yeah.
I was just trying to get number one. I've been trying to get number one on that Conquest board for the last three. Well, not this one, but the three before it. And I always end up second place, and it just irritates me. So I'm just like, you know what? Let the boys go after it this time. I'm just gonna sit back and relax. I have my tea and crumpets, and build my guinea. Look at him go. He can dance. He's been dancing now for almost 2 hours. That guy can dance.
He's got stamina.
He does. He's got a lot of stamina, that guy. Yeah, I'm not too worried about it, other than I know people take breaks, people do things, and there's going to be campaigns like this. And, until the game, the game hasn't gotten off the ground yet with the new owners. And I know Tagamu said we need to make a list of common sense changes the game needs and have Monty in the show answering. Well, I don't know if you know this. BV's been around a little while. We do interview devs at certain times, and usually the answers you think you're going to get, you're not going to get. But I have asked to have Monty on, but so far they are not willing to talk yet. They probably don't have everything fleshed out from the old company to the new one, and basically Tiggs has said several times they're not going to say anything until they're ready. So they're not ready. And Tiggs is out right now on medical leave. So when she gets back, maybe a week or two after that, we might hear something, but I'm not expecting anything at least until the end of this month.
Tiggs needs an assistant. They need like an assistant community manager to sit there and be around on the forums when she's unable.
The other community manager can't answer anything either. They'd be even more tight-lipped than she is.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. I don't know what questions aren't getting answered. I'm not sure.
I don't know either. I'm just saying.
Well, yeah. Okay. Well, I'm just saying. Is there a problem, or are we just making one? I don't know.
No, I'm not trying to make one. I'm just saying.
Okay.
Someone to
Well, in
help
any
her.
event. Well, yeah, of course. It would be great if they had Rebecca and Danielle and all them from Warframe come over and play their game live on the stream. That would be awesome.
Yeah, but you said like they're staying tight-lipped, so it sounds like if they are doing this, I'm hopeful they're going the same route that what was it called? What was the game that was supposed to sit there and kick Elite Dangerous in the teeth? That
Star Citizen.
no, not Star Citizen. No. It was procedurally generated, billions of star planets and star systems. What was it called?
Yeah, I remember, but I don't remember. I know which game it is. It's actually doing okay now. It's fine.
Yeah, it's doing phenomenal. I'm trying.
Yeah.
BH plays it all the time. Or used to, anyways.
Yeah.
No Man's Sky.
Yeah, that one.
No Man's Sky. If they're doing what No Man's Sky is doing, which is they had a really bad launch, like horrendous, and then they went silent for like 4 months, and then started dropping one patch after another that was just absolutely amazing and improved the game. I'm okay with that.
Well, I think it's actually longer. It was longer, but yeah, it's they all do that,
Not all of them, but they did. They're one of the few who did it right.
Yeah.
So if that's what they're doing, and I'm okay with that, as long as whatever comes out the other end is amazing and revives this game, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that's the only reason Monty saved it, right? Why would he save it if he didn't have, an idea of what he wanted to do. Just by what he was saying about titles, I almost feel like he wants to patch in the MMO too. And by the way, like when they were talking about daily quests and stuff, I feel like Tiggs and Gordon were trying to patch in the MMO too. Now, maybe J. Todd Goldman or whatever the hell his name is didn't want to do that, and maybe that's why things were the way they were. But I don't know. But I wasn't, like I said, I'm mostly Team Tyrant. Tyrant and Tiggs I know from other games, and so I'm more likely to support what they've got cooking, but I wasn't a big fan of the other guys, so I wasn't like totally depressed or anything that he left. I don't think we're going to get necessarily anything 2.0. I hear that a lot. Oh, Shadowbane 2.0. I don't think it's going to be that. I think it's going to be an MMO. And I think they're going to flesh this out. It's got some really cool mechanics. I mean, there's a lot of cool stuff they could do with it. It's whether or not they're going to be able to embrace it. And if embracing it actually brings in new players. I mean, we can speculate all day long on what we think. But, at the end of the day, will we be right? Who knows? And if we're wrong, it doesn't cost us anything. If they're wrong, it costs them everything. So... they gotta make the right choices. So hopefully they do that. Look at these guineas. These guineas are so damn OP, man. These guys are sick. Yeah, there needs to be more stuff to do. We talked about that actually on Crow Talk 13. We talked a lot about content and what we need, to have things to do and all that. We did discuss that at the very beginning, I think, of the Crow Talk 13. So if you get a chance, you might want to check that out, see what you think. So every Crow Talk we do, we put out on Twitch first because Crowfall likes Twitch. It's not a Twitch game, but here we are. And then YouTube, we put it out on YouTube for those folks that like YouTube. We put that out usually at, few days later, so it's usually like by Tuesday or Wednesday. I usually try to release the one on YouTube for when I know the devs are actually going to be around, because that's the one I want them to watch so they can pause and do whatever. And sometimes they even put the chapters in so they can skip to different parts, but it just depends on how many people are. If a lot of people watch it, then I bother, but otherwise I don't, because most of the devs are like DOS 3.3 lovers apparently. By all the slash commands or whatever, what are the system, Unix or Linux or whatever the hell they're all into all these like long ass slash commands. Like, dudes, come on. Increment, EK, eternal, sun, dev, damnation to the building of this person over here. And it's like, Jesus, guys, can you just say add T? Add T, that's add token to whoever, but it should all be in a GUI anyway. But
yeah,
that's just me. We're way past the slash command days. We need to move into the GUI days, which happened 20 years ago. We need to get in there. Let's get her done. Pitter patter. Let's get at her. We got a lot of work to do, and so that's about where I stand today.
Boys are getting restless.
Which ones?
All of us. Getting restless.
That's okay. We'll go fight amongst ourselves now. And we'll let you guys get back to your gaming. Get out there. Remember to jump up and down if you don't want to be killed by Dino. He is killing everybody. So just know. And now that he's got crafting stations, oh my God, he is a hot mess, that boy.
Yeah.
So just be careful. Just make sure you jump up and down a lot, because he's sometimes he doesn't react right away. Yeah, sometimes it takes him a minute to like focus in on what's happening. So, give him about 30 seconds, and then if he doesn't stop, run away, because he's gonna kill you. He's gonna try really hard. This game is making my crafter a murderer. I'm so upset. I liked him better when he was just a regular guy. Remember back in the day?
Yeah.
He was just a nice little crafter guy. He wanted to help everybody. Now he's like, rah!
Well, he still wants to help everybody become a corpse.
Yeah, become a corpse. Now he's helping him in different ways. I guess that's, it's
That's
a thing.
one way.
Yep. So, gentlemen, and all you that came in the chat today, we appreciate you for coming out. Thank you. Depending on if I have another novel to write this week, we'll may or may not have a show next week. We'll see, but we'll definitely have one when we see what the new patch is going to be, and obviously we'll do a follow-up to that. And we'll keep doing podcasts for Crowfall as long as humanly possible. And as long as I got Xtreme, my co-host there, to come in and join me. Because it's much more fun with at least 2 people. It's more fun with friends, just like Crowfall.
Yeah.
You will.
Group-oriented PvP or MMO with PvP enabled? Surely not.
No, I know. But group crafting, I hear, is a lot of fun, too.
Oh, you said that.
Oh, I totally went
Said
there,
the
didn't
C
I?
word.
I know. I love it. My group is so diverse, guys. You don't even know. It's so fun because they're just it's a challenge. Let's just put it that way. They're all very special in their own way.
Credit card and buy shit.
I agree.
And
If
I
we
mean,
just
in the
had
game,
some
buy gold
outfits.
in the game.
Look, this guy's name is Darth Stabby. Come on, why are you guys making him wear silver? He needs black. Can we get some black plate?
Yeah. Maybe
That'd
a
be
little
awesome.
red in there. A red
Yeah,
badge.
some red. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
a little
not-
red in there.
The ability to sit there and paint your armor.
Okay, now you're just going way too
And
far.
maybe a different helmet you could cover up the
Yeah.
little guinea freaking.
No, that's how you do in Black Desert. You
Face
sit there
with a
and
white
change the color of your costumes.
Oh,
and
I
armor.
know. They used to do that in UO too. You
Instead
had
of
to buy
looking like
paint buckets.
Guinea Spanish conquistador.
He's
Yeah, we don't-
adorable.
He's too adorable, and he's too much of a. This guy can
Yeah.
kill anything that moves. Yeah, and he laughs at you while he does it. Stab. Oh my God, what a
Is
crazy.
his name Mario? 'Cause he's
Stab
colored
under the
like that.
ground. Stab back under the ground. Stab back under the ground. Pew 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 pew.
Oh, yeah, that's one thing I want to say real quick. The
What?
last resort skill for guineas needs to be nerfed because it's bullshit.
He's talking about Darth Stabby now, Fear.
Hey!
No,
Trying
I'm
to nerf
talking.
Darth Stabby.
No, I'm
Do I
trying to
have
nerf
that?
Soulstar. I'm trying to nerf Soulstar specifically.
Well, if it's one nerf for him, it's
Oh.
a nerf for everybody.
Okay, they
That's
they
fine.
can nerf that. I didn't use that one.
Yeah, no. For those who don't know, last resort basically you pop out of stealth, shoot off like 8 rounds from 2 single shooters, and as long as you don't take damage, you go back into stealth.
Oh,
And
there's
it is bullshit.
more skills that do that than that one. There's a bunch of them that do it.
Okay,
Oh
fine.
yeah, and then you look
That is-
down, and all of a sudden you have this blood.
I have a
dripping off
skill
of
that
you,
does that,
bleeding to
too.
death.
Yeah, I have
like-
one that's like called fart spray or something, and it
Fine.
actually literally
That
farts
needs
on
to
you.
stop. That needs to absolutely stop.
Fart spray.
The guinea is the buzz, dude. Nobody's gonna agree with you on that. There would be
No,
a
they're not.
revolt
There
if
would
you
be.
nerfed the guinea. Oh my God, they could
Yeah.
take out 50 or 60 of the animations. They'd have plenty of room to build the MMO into the game.
All I
But,
need is one shot to get a net on his little guinea ass, and I'm fucking pulling him in and pounding this shit in for real.
See, they're still having fun. As much as they like to bitch, we're still having fun. Anyway, guys, take care. I'm gonna get out. I'll be back to talk to you guys in a minute, but the rest of you, peace out. We'll see you in game. Jump up and down. Bye.
Hey, everybody.
Mm.